Hi guys, welcome back to Colorado Garden Adventures. I'm Jacelyn. So today I'm going to be planting potatoes and sweet potatoes. So I went back and forth on whether I wanted to film this video or not because planting potatoes right now is not something that I would necessarily recommend. It's pretty late in the season, so it's May 8th here right now, so it is very late, but I planted the other potatoes that I planted in April and March, and we got a really late freeze for well, not a late freeze, but we got a freeze for about a week solid. So and then my potatoes weren't growing, so I thought that I had lost all of them, so I went and bought seed potatoes, and as you can see, they have sprouted quite a bit. So I want to go ahead and get them in the ground because in my opinion it can't hurt to plant them. I might not get as much of a harvest as I would like, or they might not be as big as I would like, but I figured they're gonna go in the trash if I don't plant them, so it can't hurt to plant them and see what happens. So I have some grow bags here. These are potato bags I got last year. So let me move this back a little bit. So when you fill this up with dirt, and once the potatoes are ready to harvest, this comes up so you can harvest them from the bottom. So I'm gonna put about 4 inches of dirt in these, and then I will put my potatoes in them. I also have some lick tubs that I'm gonna be using for potatoes, which I'll show you guys when we get there. Okay, so as I said, we're gonna be putting about 4 inches of soil in the bottom of this bag before putting the potatoes in. I also have some bone meal here, so I'm going to be adding a little bit of that to the dirt before I plant my potatoes in it. So it's just a little sprinkle. Let me see if I can show you guys. So it's not too much bone meal, just a little sprinkle in there. So I just plant the whole potato just like this. You can cut them so you get more potato starts to plant, but as I said, there's a lot of these seed potatoes that I bought that I need to use up. So I will just be planting the whole potato. So I spaced them in there a few inches apart. I'm doing 3 potatoes in this one, and we'll see what happens. So now you cover them up with about another 4 inches of dirt or so. So now this bag's a little less than half full. So once the potatoes start to sprout, I will put some more dirt on top of them. So these are red Pontiac potatoes that I'm planting. My husband and I love red potatoes, so I did quite a bit of red potatoes this year. I did plant some purple potatoes earlier on as well. Okay, so I got those potato bags labeled. I just used some white Gorilla tape that I had and just wrote that they were the red Pontiac potatoes and the date on them so that I make sure that I harvest those ones as late as possible. So now I have my sweet potato slips here. So in Colorado, you actually cannot have seed potatoes shipped to you, but you can have organic grocery store potatoes shipped to you. So I ordered some purple organic sweet potatoes from Azure Standard, and then just put them in a little bit of dirt, not enough to cover them, but just enough so that when they started to form slips, they would be under the dirt. And then I just cut off the slips as they came up, and then I put them in a glass of water these have been in water for probably about 2 months now. It's been quite a while. You can plant them a lot earlier than that. I just happened to get slips very quickly and they grew very fast. So I'm gonna put these in one of these blue lick tubs right here. So this one just has flowers in it right now that I need to move out, but I'm going to plant these in that, and then I have some trellises to put in there that I will show you when I'm done. So sweet potatoes are different from regular potatoes. So instead of planting them, instead of planting the potato and then keep burying them with dirt for them to come up, sweet potatoes you actually want to fill all the way up with dirt, and then you'll plant your potato slips in there and the potatoes will actually grow down. Okay, now that all of our soil's in, we can go ahead and plant our slips. Okay, so these are the trellises that I got last year. I picked these up at Baumgart's. They were on sale. So I'm gonna start with 1 trellis per bucket. I do have 2, but I'm hoping to plant another bucket of sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna just plant or put 1 trellis in each pot and see if that gives me enough support. This is my first year doing sweet potatoes, so it's a learning experience. Okay, so this is the finished product. This is what my sweet potatoes look like. Those are the 2 bags of potatoes that I planted today. And I'll show you guys the system that I'm using for my other potatoes. So these are the potatoes that I planted earlier. I'm trying them in these laundry baskets, but I'm not sure how I feel about them. We had some old sheets, so I cut up a piece of fabric to put in there to keep the dirt in. I really hate how they look. So we'll see if it produces enough potatoes for me to do it again. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys, and I'll see you next time.